Tournaments begin today in Gillette for the men, Scottsbluff, Nebraska for the women. On the men's side, LCCC upset Western and will get a 6th seed. Otero knocked off number 4 North Platte. They'll get in on the south side. First round games today see Casper against Lamar. Trinidad, the top seed from the south, plays LCCC. Western Nebraska plays Northwest. Top seed Gillette will take on Otero. On the women's side, Western Nebraska is the south number 1. They will host NJC, and Eastern Wyoming snuck into the bracket as 5 seeds with upsets in the first round. Number 1 Casper from the north plays NJC. Western Nebraska takes on Eastern. Western Wyoming plays Trinidad. Gillette plays McCook. Full details on the two schools' sports pages and more at rustlerathletics.com. Today's Rustler Minute brought to you by the Fremont Therapy Group.
Your home for the Rich Eisen Show is KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming online at county10.com.
Gambles and Lander is a proud sponsor of the student athletes and athletic programs all across Fremont County. With new items arriving daily, it's a good time to check into Myers Gambles for all of the best items for your home. Shane, Alicia, and crew will help you find exactly what you're looking for. And chances are, it's in stock today. Delivery is available in Riverton and Lander. Turn around and shop in town. Myers Gambles, 420 Main in Lander. Turn around and shop in town.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 2024-2025 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
What's it like to kill someone?
Emptiness.
Painful. It doesn't seem real.
There was no intent. It was never supposed to happen.
You don't go out to kill someone.
I keep seeing her head coming through the windshield.
I'm so very sorry.
There's nothing I can do to make it better.
Please, don't drink and drive.
It doesn't change the fact that I'm a killer.
This is Cody Beers with YDOT. A killer is a killer. Never, ever drink and drive.
Introducing WyoGlass, your local glass experts. From windshields to windows, we've got you covered. We're proud to be a part of the Lander community and a local sports sponsor. We're dedicated to serving all of Fremont County, so you can trust us with your residential and commercial windows and doors. Auto glass shower doors and garage doors. For quality service and local support, choose WyoGlass. Visit us at wyoglassoflander.com or on Main Street in Lander today.
This County 10 sports broadcast made possible by Myers Gambles, Central Bank and Trust, Wyoming Catholic College, Elevate Rehab, Goddard Construction, Bailey Tire and Auto Services, Haskell's Furniture and Flooring, WyoGlass, Red & Kane and Associates, RE/MAX, the Wyoming Department of Transportation, State Farm Agent Tyler Watson, Eyes on Fremont, Hampton Inn and Suites, Maven, Edward Jones, John Shade, Sage West, Boyle Electric, Perfect Power, Baldwin Creek Rental Service, Northside Auto Body Glass, Fremont Chevrolet, and the Fremont County Prevention Program.
It's time for Tiger Tip-Off. Watch today's games on the County 10 YouTube channel or catch radio coverage on KOBE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
And a very good early Friday morning to you. Welcome inside Swede Erickson Thunderbird Gymnasium, Casper College, where the Lander Lady Tigers get the opportunity to start a long day of basketball once again today. Their second consecutive 9 a.m. start time. We may even start this one a little bit earlier this morning, as unfortunately for Lander, they dropped to the consolation side of the bracket. However, there's still a lot to play for. You can go win a consolation championship trophy, and always feels a lot better to end your season with a couple of wins. If Lander wins, they will play again tomorrow, you guessed it, at 9 a.m. for that consolation championship right here at Casper College. If they lose, they will see their season come to an end. Lander taking on Buffalo today. Buffalo suffered a tough loss against a very good Cody team, 58-34 yesterday. Lander fell to Torrington, 47-36. Tigers were up by 5 at halftime, but just kind of got dismantled in the third quarter. Coming up on the Porter's Tailgate Show, we're going to hear from Lander head coach Drew Powell as well as senior Kendall McFadden. They were kind enough to join me just a few moments ago. We'll play those interviews back for you. Good morning, Jared Anderson with you, KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM. And we've got the County 10 YouTube stream up and going. If you want to follow along on YouTube, the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard is up there. Unfortunately, as you know, Wyoming High School Activities Association rules means we can't show you these games, but we will bring you the audio, and you can follow along on the scoreboard on the YouTube page so that you have a sense of what's going on. If you got other things going on, if you're at work today, you can have that on in the background, glance up, and check out how the Lander girls are doing. Again, this is the Porter's Tailgate Show, presented, of course, by the great folks at Porter's Supply Company, your home for stoves, spas, pellets, and much, much more. The semifinals in 3A girls basketball, obviously, are set, and we'll run down the schedule here for you, just for folks interested. One more consolation game coming up after this one at Casper College. Wheatland will take on Powell. Winner of that game moves on to take on the winner of this game, so that 9 a.m. consolation game that Lander could see, pending a win, will be against either Wheatland or Powell. Girls semifinals tonight at 4 o'clock. It's Torrington versus Cody, and at 5:30 it's a game a lot of people looking forward to. Maybe the marquee of the semifinals, girls or boys, 3A or 4A, Pinedale versus Douglas here from Casper College. I talked to a lot of people who just impartially don't have connections with Douglas or Pinedale, but want to come over and watch that one, so it might be a full Thunderbird gym for that. Boys games coming up at noon. Buffalo takes on Mountain View on the consolation side. Powell versus Douglas at 1:30. And then boys semifinals tonight. Winners go to the state championship tomorrow. Cody and Torrington will battle each other at 7 o'clock. And Wheatland versus Lovell is the nightcapper at 8:30 here at Casper College. We will return on the Porter's Tailgate Show in just a couple of minutes with Lander senior Kendall McFadden. She's going to CWC to play volleyball. We chatted about that a little bit. Talked about the loss yesterday and some of her favorite basketball memories. My chat with Kendall McFadden coming up in a couple of minutes. You're tuned in to Lander Girls Basketball here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming online on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine Athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi, or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Goddard Construction is a local contractor dedicated to our community. We're proud to support our student athletes in every sport, on and off the field. We believe in hard work, crafting excellence, and building legacies, one project at a time. We bring your vision to life. Visit GoddardConstruction.com to see what we can create for you. Goddard Construction, building Fremont County, one project at a time.
At Redden Kane and Associates CPAs, we serve clients across Fremont County and beyond with top-tier accounting services. From individual taxes to business consulting, our creative and precise team offers tax management, estate planning, and more. You'll find us engaged and meticulous to ensure each client gets personalized guidance. Visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more about our services and how we can help you achieve financial success.
Watch today's games on the County 10 YouTube channel or catch radio coverage on KOVE 1330 AM 1077 FM.
Welcome you back into the Porter's Tailgate Show here on KOVE and County10.com. Lander and Buffalo ready to kick off the basketball day 2 here from Casper College. Second consecutive 9 a.m. game for Lander. Unfortunately, big second half from Torrington prevented them from moving on to the semifinals, but an opportunity here to go to the Consolation Championship tomorrow and to win a couple of games at the state tournaments. Jared Anderson with you from Casper College. Just a few moments ago, I had the opportunity to go catch up with a Lander senior. She's been fantastic to watch on the basketball courts and is quite the standout volleyball athlete. She'll be competing in Fremont County next year at the next level for the Central Wyoming College Rustlers. That is Kendall McFadden. Here is how my conversation with Kendall went on the Porter's Tailgate Show. Back on the Porter's Tailgate Show, Lander's senior Kendall McFadden joining us. Kendall, disappointing loss. I know yesterday you guys played great in the first half. What kind of was the difference now that you've had a chance to think about it in the second half, do you think?
We got to fouling pretty bad, and then so they got to the line pretty earlier in the third and the fourth in bonus, and we just couldn't get our little bunnies to fall in the second half, so that's probably the difference.
Despite that loss, you guys finished the season really strong, very competitive at regionals. How much fun has it been down the stretch competing here as a senior with this team and winning a bunch of games lately?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I haven't been here since my freshman year, so it's been really fun to make it back here and just these girls to get to experience it for the first time. And, I mean, it's what everybody wants at the end of the season, so for us to be able to accomplish it was super cool.
Did you get to do anything fun with your downtime yesterday while you were in Casper?
We went to the mall for just a little bit, and then we went and watched some more basketball. So, all
right, good deal. Yeah. How are you feeling in this one, and how much do you like or hate 9 a.m. games?
I don't really mind them. We have morning practice every Wednesday morning, so I think we're pretty prepared to play this early. And, yeah, I feel good about it. I think the girls will respond really well to the loss yesterday, and we'll hopefully get this one and then go have another game at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So.
You know much about Buffalo?
No, we haven't played them since last year, but they have number 2. She's pretty good, the Davis girl, and so just do what we do and we should be fine.
You are wrapping up your senior year on the basketball court, hopefully not today, hopefully tomorrow, but as you look back, what are some of the best memories that you're going to take away from being with this basketball team?
I think this year the team that we built and the culture that we built was the best that I've experienced in Lander, and so just staying together for the last couple of days, and then, yeah.
You're off to CWC for volleyball, right? Why, obviously, you stay in Fremont County. That's awesome. Why the decision to become a wrestler?
I know the coach. I met her a couple years back at some camps, and, yeah, I wanted to stay close to home, and then I'm planning to be a nurse, so their nursing program's pretty well known. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. We'll be rooting for you next year, too, but it's been a lot of fun watching you on the basketball court, and thanks for taking a couple minutes. Good luck, Kendall.
Yep, thank you.
Kendall McFadden, Lander senior, joining us here. One of just two seniors on this team, Zoe Mahal and the other one. We had the opportunity to have her on a broadcast not long ago, so I wanted to make sure we had the other Lander senior, Kendall McFadden, on. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show. Coming up in 60 seconds, head coach Drew Powell will join us. You're listening to your home for Lander Sports, KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming audio today on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Proud to support Lander Valley High School. We are KOVE.
Welcome you back into the Porter's Tailgate Show. Consolation basketball coming up. Lander girls take on Buffalo here in day 2 of the state tournament. Just a couple moments ago, had the opportunity to catch up with second-year Lander head coach Drew Powell. Here's that conversation. Back on the Porter's Tailgate Show, Drew Powell, Lander girls basketball coach, is our guest. Coach, first of all, I know frustrating second half yesterday. I thought your girls started really well. That's a good opponent that you saw. Your thoughts overall yesterday?
Yeah, they're a good opponent, and, we missed some layups. It seemed like just in some really vital times. And then they shot the free throw really, really well coming down the stretch, and we fouled a little bit too much. But they're a good opponent. They're fast, they're athletic, they're pretty tough, and they play physical. But, when it comes down to it, in the state tournament, you just got to be able to trade buckets when you need to trade buckets.
I didn't get the chance to chat with you. Scott was doing your games at regionals. Your team, despite the loss yesterday, put together a great end of the season. Just how proud of you are your kids and your seniors here specifically?
I'm so proud of them. I think we're really playing really good basketball. Yeah, are we making some mistakes? But that's kind of part of it. That's human error. It just comes down to continuing to play, continuing to trust the process, and I think that they've done that, and they've really meshed as a team.
I know you've played all over the place as far as time and different games since December, and a lot of your girls are used to things like this, but how much do these 9 a.m. games impact you and your kids?
We have morning practice every single week, so I think that that's a good thing to kind of prepare us for these moments. But really, when it comes down to it, you got to be ready to play when you step on the floor. We always say 100% for 32 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's at a 9 a.m. game or if it's an 8 a.m. game or 8 p.m. game. You just got to come to play, and when you step on that floor, you're just competing as hard as you can.
Did you get to do anything fun while you were in Casper with the girls and a little bit of downtime yesterday, I assume?
We went to the mall for a little bit, and then we went and watched some good basketball games. I think that's really the key to it, is we're just here to be basketball players, be students of the game, and really enjoy the atmosphere.
Obviously, the opponent across from you, Buffalo, playing good basketball down the stretch, frustrated with a loss against also a good opponent yesterday. What do you know about Buffalo coming into this?
I know they got number 2 and number 23, and then they got a big girl. I'm actually from Buffalo, so I know quite a few of them, and I kind of know their style of play, but when it comes down to it, you just got to show up and play your game at this tournament. I don't think there's really a lot to prep for them. It's just come in, be yourselves, and see where you end up at the end of the day.
Is there any added emotion being from there? I'm sure you've seen them before. Any extra feelings here with your former community?
No, I just separate myself from it. I'm here to coach the Lady Tigers, and now I bleed green rather than black and gold. So I really just want to get out here and get a win for the girls.
Finally for you, health and injuries and just overall morale, how's everybody feeling?
Morale's good. I think that's one of the good things about our team is we are just so close-knit. It really comes down to just going out and playing for us and being happy and having fun at this point in the year. And then we have one girl who's got a little bit of a cold, but the rest of them are pretty healthy and feeling well.
All right, Coach, best of luck, and appreciate you taking a few minutes here today.
All right, thank you.
Star-Spangled Banner plays from Casper College as we're set for Day 2, Game 1 of high school basketball here from the state tournament. Lander girls 14-12 after falling to Torrington yesterday. Buffalo ladies are 13-12 this season after losing to a very good Cody team. Thanks to Porter Supply Company in Riverton making our pregame show possible. Thanks to Kendall McFadden and Drew Powell for joining us on the Porter's Tailgate Show. Let's get to your starters. Farrah Patterson's in her first year with the Bison. She will start like this. Carly Davis is a junior. Carly leads the team in scoring, 18.7 points per game, 2.5 steals per game. Number 14 is Grace Finkel. Finkel, a senior, 5.2 points per contest. 23 is Camry Davis. She's a senior, 11.5 points per game. 24, McKenna Fowler. Fowler, a senior, 3.5 points per game. And Aubrey Irish wears number 30. Irish, a junior, 2.8 points per game. Talent up and down the Buffalo roster, but the Davis and Davis show is what they're known for. Carly Davis, number 2. Camry Davis, number 23. Lander, 14-12 under Drew Powell in his second year. They start like this. Number 0 is Daisy Goklish. Goklish, a sophomore, 13 points and 3 steals per game. Number 2 is Kendall McFadden. McFadden, our Porter's Tailgate Show guest, a senior, 4.6 points per game. Number 13, Zoe Maholland, the other senior on this team. Maholland averages 2.7 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. Number 14 is Hayden Goggles. Goggles, a junior, 8.5 points and 3 assists per game. And number 34, Dagan Reinhardt, a junior. She is even when it comes to points and rebounds, 4.6 both, 4.6 points, 4.6 rebounds per contest. We are just about ready from Casper College. Kendall McFadden enters the jump center circle. She'll go opposite Grace Finkel. Lander is in their home white uniforms trimmed in tiger green. Lander written across the front. Buffalo in the mainly black jerseys with some gold trim. Buffalo in gold lettering written across the front. McFadden wins the tip, and we are underway a minute early on KOVE Lander and County10.com. I'm Jared Anderson. Glad to have you here. Hayden Goggles has it on the dribble for Lander. Dish it to the right wing now to McFadden and back up top to Goklish. Buffalo opens in a man-to-man defensive set. They were man-to-man yesterday against Cody most of the day. Goggles through the lane, shot no good, hard off the backboard, and rebound tracked down by Finkel. Give it to Davis. Buffalo's first touch. The clock hadn't started. It has now stopped at 7:59, and a traveling violation going to be whistled on the Buffalo ladies. And a little bit of a clock issue. They run a few seconds off. Says only 10 seconds have elapsed when in reality it was more like 20 or 30, I think. But that's okay. We are in a 9 a.m. game, so we'll give the clock operator a little bit of the benefit of the doubt here this morning, I guess. Mulholland, kick it to McFadden. Kindle backing in from the right elbow. Now to Goggles. Goggles run through the free throw line. Good ball movement, good spacing here this possession for Lander. Reinhardt will dish it back out to Goggles. Lander working the ball around to a cutting McFadden down low. Her layup is no good, and a push foul on the rebound going to be assessed to Dagan Reinhardt. First foul of the game coming at the 7:16 mark. No score on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. And if you're just tuning in on KOVE, we'll remind you that scoreboard is up on the County 10 YouTube channel. You can watch there if you want to throw that on in the background so you can just glance up and know how the game's going along. If you're not able to listen actively, shot from the corner too. Camry Davis is short as both teams kind of waking up here. The clock was stopped again for a second. Now it is ticking. It's maybe not great news that the clock operator keeps looking around like what's happening. Long, high-arcing three from Goklish is no good. Clangs off the rim. Buffalo takes it away. In transition down the lane, McKenna Fowler is fouled. So 2 quick fouls on the Lady Tigers. Zoe Mulholland picking that one up. And a good job by the Buffalo senior in transition. First at 2 from Fowler is no good. It rims out. McKenna back up there. Second one, that is good. First point of the game. I mean, McKenna Fowler free throw puts the Bison up 1-0. 90 seconds in. Nearly soccer season, so we'll go 1-0 as Lander soccer team start practice. Knocked out of bounds. Stays Lander basketball. I think that one off of Grace Finkel last. It'll be Hayden Goggles baseline right to trigger in for Lander. Lander girls trying to repeat as state soccer champs. Underneath, Reinhardt on the inbound, up and in, and she's fouled. Dagan Reinhardt with the first Lander buckets and an opportunity here at a three-point play. First Buffalo foul tacked on to Camry Davis's ledger as Brianna Lincoln, the first Lander sub. Zoe Mulholland will check out. Brianna has done a great job off of the bench for Lander this season. Energy player shoots the basketball well as Reinhardt converts the three-point play. Nicely done from Dagan on a good inbound pass, too, from Hayden Goggles. 3-1, Lander on top here. We've played a minute 45. According to the scoreboard, we've played more like 2.5 minutes, but clock has just stopped a couple of times in this game. Davis, high post to Finkel. Finkel turn around, kick it right back out to Davis. She's on the drive. Floater from the right side is no good. Rebounded out by Goklish. Goklish trying to break out with a 2-on-1. She'll pull up from about 5 feet away. Can't hit it off the backboard. And it's out of bounds off of Buffalo, though, as coming into the play, Anna Mock, who checked in for Buffalo a moment ago. Her first time up and down the floor. It goes off of her fingertips and out of bounds. Back to Lander. Goggles to throw it in again. Baseline will send it to Reinhardt, this time behind the arc. Up top to Goklish. Daisy hits Goggles off a screen. Now Goklish gets tripped up down the lane, and she wanted to pass it to Lincoln at the top. Tripped and fouled. Second Buffalo foul of the first quarter. And that'll go on Anna Mock, her first. Goggles surveys the floor, give it to Lincoln, now to Goklish. Daisy had to go behind to retrieve it as she lost it for a second, but able to pick it up. Now Lincoln's open at the top. Her three is too strong, no good, and Finkel runs down another rebound. Grace has done a nice job here in the first 2.5 minutes rebounding the basketball. Underneath, a block from Kendall McFadden as Davis tried to go up with it. McFadden gets all ball. Lander takes it away. Goggles breaks the timeline, starts up the offense. Left side, wide open three for Goklish is no good. Daisy's shot bounces off the back of the rim, and now Buffalo's got numbers, but Goklish take it away, intercepts the pass. Lander breaks out with a 2-on-1. Good dish. Goggles to Reinhardt. Dagan layup from the left side is good. Reinhardt's got all 5 Lander points.
and 2 assists now from Hayden Goggles. Spot up for a quick 3. Carly Davis. That's no good. Too strong. Got to remember the 2 Davis sisters, Camry and Carly. I'll give you first names as much as I can. Goggles at the top, right side, outside to Reinhardt. Dagan's going to put it on the floor now. Stop at the free throw line. Dish off to McFadden. Kindle's 3 is off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound tracked down by Carly Davis. Carly pushes tempo. Left side layup. Blows right past the defender. Put it up and in for Buffalo's first field goal. It's Lander 5, Buffalo 3 at the 4:15 mark of the first quarter on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Jared Anderson with you. Should Lander win, they play again tomorrow at 9 o'clock for a consolation championship. And we'll have coverage on KOVE and County10.com. Your normal voice of the Tigers, Scott Fuller, returns tomorrow if Lander is able to secure this game. Goggles, give it to Lincoln in the paint. Lincoln's shot no good. Off balance attempt from the key, but had a decent look at it. Just clanged off to the right side. Davis facing a 2-3 zone. Lander's been in every time they've been allowed to set up defensively. Addie Rounds comes to the check-in table for Lander. High post, they go to Finkel. Finkel puts it on the floor one time and then is grabbed and fouled by Reinhardt. Dagan can't believe it, has her jaw on the floor. And Dagan Reinhardt picks up foul number 2. She's going to have to come out. Zoe Mulholland is back in. And Daisy Goklish comes out as Addie Rounds checks in for the first time. Lob up top to Davis. Carly on the floor, stares into the Lander 2-3 zone. Now Mock holds it at the top as they pass around the perimeter. Davis looking for Farron Hampshire, who has just checked in. That last dead ball for Buffalo. Was watching the Lander subs, missed Hampshire. Lander player hits the deck. That was Rounds underneath. Long 2 is going to just barely skim the bottom of the rim for Davis. And quickly Lander races down to their front court. Right corner, Mulholland tries a 3. That's no good. Addie Rounds rebound. Kick it to Goggles. She wants a 3. That's no good. Rounds battling again. Her second offensive board. Good work by Addie Rounds. Now Goggles at the top. Thought about the 3. She'll go down the lane instead. Use the glass. Got it. Hayden's first bucket. She's got 2 assists and a timeout asked for by Coach Patterson and the Buffalo ladies. It was a good decision by Hayden Goggles she thought about pulling the trigger, top of the key for 3, and then went down the lane, got a much easier shot, but give a huge pat on the back that sequence to the Lander junior Addie Rounds, who had 2 offensive rebounds during that set. Lander basketball on KOVE, always presented by Wyoming Catholic College. They're proud to cheer on our Fremont County athletes. Your dedication on and off the court is admirable. Find them online at wyomingcatholic.edu. Of course, that is a Lander institution. And thanks to Perfect Power Electric and Lander supporting our athletes on and off the court. Give Perfect Power a call for your electric needs at 332-7184, 332-7184. Addie Rounds, Brianna Lincoln, Kendall McFadden, Hayden Goggles, Zoe Mulholland on the floor for Lander out of the timeout. 2:34 to go first quarter. It's 7-3. Tigers on top of the Bison. Next game up here from Casper College will be Wheatland and Powell's ladies. Winner of that game plays the winner of this game tomorrow at 9. At Casper College for a consolation championship. Lander's going to commit a foul, and a Mock got shoved as she just crossed into the Lander front court. That's on Zoe Mulholland, and that's Zoe's second. So first quarter, still time to go. Mulholland and Reinhardt both have 2 fouls. Zoe's going to come out. Paisley Hollingshead, Lander sophomore, is on the floor. Keep an eye on Lander's foul trouble here early on. Buffalo still trying to penetrate that zone. Pass intended for Hampshire is off of her fingertips, and there's 2 Lady Tigers right there to take it away in that zone defense down low. Goggles runs, kicks to Hollingshead. She tries a left corner 3. That's no good. Looked like it hit the side of the backboard and rebounded out by Buffalo. Missed a travel call there as Aubrey Irish walked right at half court. but we play on. Irish has it at the top. Gabby Hall, Buffalo Junior, in there. Now back to Irish at the top. Slower possession for Buffalo this time as they try to work it down low, still trying to get something going. Hampshire will turn around, shoot at the free throw line, front rim no good, and Bison's offensive struggle continues against that Lander defense. Baseball pass up ahead for Hollingshead. Paisley's got an easy left-hand layup. Good job by Paisley getting behind the defense, breaking out with it, and a good long pass to set her up. 1:15 remaining first quarter, 9-3, Lander in charge. Addie Rounds with the steal at midcourt. Here comes Lander 3-on-3, and Hollingshead going to slow it up for a second. Now take it to the dribble, back to McFadden. Kindle will stop just beyond the free throw line, kick it right corner behind the arc to Goggles. Inside of a minute to go first quarter. McFadden. Bounce pass it to the paints. Lincoln hoists it up with the left hand. Got it. Brianna's first bucket. She is the fourth Lander player to score. It's Lander 11, Buffalo 3. 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Anna Mock's wide open under the bucket. Davis distributes it to her, and Mock with the easy layup cuts the Lander advantage to 6. Goggles in backcourt turns and looks at Drew Powell to get the play call with 25 seconds remaining, and now Goggles going to hold at the top. Looks like Lander wants the last shot. 5 count was on. Now Goggles creates separation. Lincoln's got it. Some space at the top. She'll pull the trigger. That's no good. And rebound comes out to Davis. Carly hounded in backcourt by Mulholland, by Hollingshead, I should say. And Paisley's going to pick up the foul. So Paisley picks up 1, and that's, I think, should be Lander's 5th team foul. Now it will be, and they'll say shooting 2 for Carly Davis with just 6 seconds remaining. Not a foul you want to give up there with 2 of your bigs already in a little bit of trouble with first quarter fouls. 2 of them for Mulholland and for Reinhardt. And speaking of those 2, they both check back in here with 6 seconds. First free throw was good, by the way, for Carly Davis. Carly, the leading scorer and leading best free throw shooter, has shot the most and has the best percentage for Buffalo. Free throw 2, no good, and Reinhardt is going to be pushed in the back and fouled. And now with 4.7 seconds, we're going to walk the other way. Both teams in the bonus. That's on Anna Mock. That's her seconds. So it's been a pretty foul-happy. No, it's just the 4th team foul on Buffalo. I beg your pardon. 4.7 seconds. Lander basketball linked to the floor to go. Mulholland's going to put up a long one. Nearly went. Got some groans out of the crowd. Hit the rim and just wouldn't go over, just in front of half court. So after 1, it's Lander 11, Buffalo 6. We're back in 60 seconds with the second quarter on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming coverage of the game's audio and scoreboard on county10.com.
To Haskell Furniture and Flooring, now open in Riverton. Discover a huge variety of top brands like Ashley, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Lazy Boy, and more. Our showroom is filled with stylish and comfortable furniture for every room. Come visit us at 2210 North Federal and transform your home today. Explore the exceptional quality and unbeatable prices we offer. Visit HaskellFurnitureandFlooring.com to learn more and start living in style.
Who is RE/MAX All-Star Realtors? We're a professional real estate agency where your success is our priority. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we're here to guide you every step of the way. With unmatched professionalism and a track record of delivering results, we're your trusted partners in real estate. Your success is our top priority. Find your perfect property with RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. Contact us at 307-856-7827 or visit remaxriverton.com.
Watch the Tigers and Lady Tigers varsity games all season on County 10's YouTube channel.
11-6, Lander in front of Buffalo here after one. Jared Anderson with you from Casper College, Swede Erickson Thunderbird Gymnasium. Buffalo basketball here as quarter 2 is underway. Not for long, though. Dagan Reinhardt intercepts a pass, take it away. Reinhardt leading the Tigers offensively with 5 points. 4 different Lander players have scored. 3 for Buffalo. Carly Davis has 3. Anna Mock 2, 1 for McKenna Fowler. Meanwhile, Reinhardt's got 5, and then 2 points apiece for Brianna Lincoln, Paisley Hollingshead, and Hayden Goggles. Interception by Carly Davis the other way on an errant pass, and Lincoln's going to commit a foul a long way away from the basket with the hand check. Brianna's first. 9 combined fouls in the first quarter. And both Zoe Mahal and Dagan Reinhardt have 2 for Lander. Crashing into the paint was Davis. Davis goes up strong, but just sails on her, no good. Lincoln breaks out of the pack with it. Lincoln goes to Goklish. Goklish left corner 3. That's no good. Tie up on the rebound as Brianna hits the floor. Tied up with Aubrey Irish, and the arrow says Lander basketball. Kendall McFadden, Hayden Goggles, returning for Lander. Zoe Mahalan, Kendall McFadden trying to not let this be their last games in their basketball history. Want to have one more day in Casper with their teammates. One more game tomorrow at 9 on the line. Lincoln will try a 3. That's no good. Rims out. Goklish on the floor after the basketball. Coach Powell trying to get a timeout, and he does. Good job by Daisy to get on the floor after it. Lander fans in front of us saying good hustle, and that it was, and a good job by Coach Powell to recognize the situation there too. So 6:49 to go second quarter at 11-6. Lander in front of Buffalo. Lander losing to Torrington yesterday, 47-36 behind 10 from Hayden Goggles. Buffalo falling to Cody, 58-34. Cody's got Torrington tonight in the semifinals, and then should be a great one with Douglas and Pinedale. Only team Douglas has lost to this season, Pinedale at Pinedale at a 5:30 game. Thanks to the Wyoming Department of Transportation, making County 10 basketball possible. Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up every trip, every time, so you can stay in the game. I'm told some snow flurries in Fremont County this morning. It was raining when I drove to the gym here in Casper this morning. It looked like it was on the verge of turning from rain to sleet, but no flakes yet. Lincoln corner 2, that's no good. And a long rebound by Grace Finkel as that was Brianna Lincoln, I think, that stole the basketball right back, knocked it away from behind, was screened for a second, but either way, Lander has the basketball. Lincoln holds at the top. She's got it on the dribble. Now she'll pick it up. Davis on her defensively. Send it right side behind the arc to Goklish. Goklish will step inside the arc. Try a long 2. No good. Didn't draw anything over the basket. And rebound tracked down by Buffalo. That was McKenna Fowler with the rebound. We played almost 2 minutes of second quarter basketball. Still looking for our first points, and we've got them. Aubrey Irish with a triple. Spotted up quick, stopped, popped, and knocked it in there for Buffalo. Makes it a 2-point game on Aubrey Irish's first made bucket. Goklish dribbles up top for Lander. Buffalo, I think, no, they're in a man-to-man. Looked like a 1-2-2 there for a second, but now they spread back out. Here's Lincoln from the right angle. Knock it down. Brianna Lincoln gets that to go. Her second bucket. She's got 4. A bucket in either quarter so far, as we've played 2.5 in the second quarter. Off of the fingertips of Camry Davis. And out of bounds on the sideline. Be Lander basketball, 3/4 court to go. Good support sections from both teams here, especially for a 9 a.m. game. There's a lot of Lander green in front of us, and then there's some Buffalo fans on the other side, some kids that have brought signs to cheer on their team. Lincoln's wide open, right corner 3. Lander fans make noise. Brianna Lincoln's got the last 5 points. She now has a game-high 7. Fowler holds it at the top for Buffalo. Davis On the dribble, send it to the corner. Left side three is good for Camry Davis. Corner threes back to back. And Buffalo with the answer. 4:45 remaining here in the first half on KOVE and County10.com. Daisy Goklish back off the dribble. Now Lincoln at the top. Brianna put it on the floor a couple of times. Behind the back dribble. Sends it right side outside to McFadden. Kendall curling off a screen. Will get the basketball. Back to Lincoln at the top. Lander now just kind of weaving around at the top. Reinhart will take it from the free throw line. Shot too strong, no good. Clanks off the backboard, and Davis is there for the rebound. Carly's going to push it into the front court. Davis crossover dribble stop for a long two. That's no good. Kind of fell away to her left side. Don't know if she was set for the shot, and a tie up on the rebound will be Buffalo basketball. 16-12, Lander on top of Buffalo. 4:09 to go, second quarter. These County 10 sports broadcasts all season have been made possible by Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton. Supporting Fremont County athletes, your hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed. Fremont Chevy GMC here for you every step of the way at 1401 North Federal in Riverton. Missed Buffalo's shot, but a Lander foul on the rebound is on Kendall McFadden. Kendall's first, team foul number 2 here in the second. Davis to Davis on the inbound, right back to Carly. Carly loses it, and Mulholland is there to scoop it away on the baseline. Goggles now up ahead for Goklish. She'll stop at the left block. Good body control as it was contested, and Daisy's got her first points. Fifth, Lander Tiger to score. McFadden will pick it off in backcourt. McFadden to Goggles. Goggles spin around on the right block. Now to Mulholland, and Lander sets up their offensive set. Mulholland gets freed down low for a second, and then sliding over help side defense. Cameron Davis is able to tie up Mulholland. Arrow going to keep it with the Tigers here with 3:37 left and a 6-point Tiger advantage. Lob instead of log up top for Mulholland, and then a pass sails on McFadden out of bounds. Looking for a teammate down low, unable to connect with anyone, and it's Buffalo basketball. Lander spending a lot of time at the event center / Ford Wyoming Center yesterday watching basketball. Made a trip up to the mall. Coach Powell told us in the pregame show. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go right back to Lander. Coach Powell saying the team enjoys being together and getting the opportunity to go do a little bit of fun stuff in Casper, but really here to be basketball players and catch as many games as possible, learn as much as you can in the gym, and prepare for your next opponent. As Goggles down the lane is tripped hard, shoots the basketball, and she's going to earn 2 free throws, well earned. She took a hard spill. Aubrey Irish with foul number 1 for her. That's the first Bison foul of the second quarter at the 3:08 mark. And Lander's Hayden Goggles with 2 points on the morning will shoot 2 times. First one for Hayden skims out of there, no good. Goggles a 69% free throw shooter this season. Hayden has shot more free throws than anybody else for Lander this season. Crowd gets quiet. Goggles' second one is good. Lander advantage is now 7 at 19-12, closing in on 3 minutes remaining first half. Fowler had to try to save it, threw it to McFadden, then picked off by Davis right to the rim, lay it up and in. Cameron Davis. That was a strange sequence where the ball changed hands a couple of times quickly, but Davis, right place, right time, able to scoop it up and in. Goggles at the top underneath to Rounds, right block. Rounds gonna get it to go. Addie's first bucket. And it's back to a 7-point Lander cushion. Tigers trying to trap right at half court. Buffalo does a nice job of handling it. Carly Davis to Fowler, and now across the way to Camry Davis. Buffalo playing catch around the perimeter, slowly looking into Lander's 2-3 zone. I'll go high post to Finkel. She turns around from the free throw line again. That shot no good. That hasn't worked for him yet, where they just slide over from the free throw line. Mulholland gets free behind everybody. Zoe lays it up and in. Mulholland's first bucket. We've got 2 minutes to go in the first half, and Lander's got their largest lead of the game at 9. Davis on the floor one time. Now Fowler from the free throw line. That's no good, too strong, and Mulholland's got the Lander rebound. Tigers can go up by double digits for the first time with this possession. Underneath Addie Rounds again, same play, good dish, Rounds up and in. She's got the last 4. And the Tiger advantage is 25-14 with 90 seconds remaining first half. Good run by Lander. Mulholland's going to commit her 3rd foul, knocking a Buffalo player to the floor, and free throws are on the way for Grace Finkel. I think we're going to get Hollingshead back in for Mulholland here after the first free throw. Finkel's first is too strong. And the Lander sophomore comes in. Zoe Mulholland gets a round of applause for some nice work. Went a long time without picking up that 3rd foul, but does get it here at the 1:26 mark of the 3rd quarter. Grace with the 2nd free throw. Her first point is good, and it makes it a 10-point game. Anna Mock back in for Buffalo. She's got 2 fouls. Dagan Reinhardt is not on the floor right now, but she also has 2 for Lander. Hollingshead gets free underneath. Scoop up a tough shot, is fouled. Gabby Hall's first personal, and free throws now for Paisley Hollingshead. Has 2 points on the morning so far. Not a ton of free throws this season by Paisley, shooting 55% into the state tournament. First at 2 is too strong, no good. Patsy Graves is in the lineup for Buffalo, entering for the first time. Brianna Lincoln going to come check in for Lander if the free throw's good, and it is. Kendall McFadden will exit the ball game. Davis on the dribble in backcourt. Carly will give it to her sister Cameron. Cameron down the lane, off balance layup is good. Camry Davis with 7. Back to a 9-point game. We've kind of alternated between 11 and 9-point differentials here the last couple of minutes. 53 seconds to go in the second quarter. Hayden Goggles, right block to Rounds, free underneath. Rounds was in too deep, tried to put it up and couldn't do it off the front of the rim. And it's Buffalo basketball here as we've got 40 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Bison trying to get this closer than 9 points. We've been, again, between 9 and 11 the last couple of minutes. In the lane, shot from Hall is off the front of the rim, no good. Changed hands midair, was awkward looking. Goggles with a long baseball pass that's going to be way ahead of her teammate. Pats herself on the chest, says my bad. Drew Powell puts his palms down and says everybody calm down. Clock at 20 seconds, first half time remaining. Landers lead 26-17 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Camry to Hall as she crosses the midcourt stripe. That was dangerously close to a 10 count, kind of deceiving. Buffalo just kind of refused to get it over. Camry Davis fading away, no good. Rebound by Anna Mock, and she's fouled with 1.3 seconds remaining. Daisy Goklish picks up her first personal, and with just a second left, Anna Mock's got a couple of free throws. First of 2 for Anna is a swish. And she can make this a 7-point game before we go into the locker room. Second one is good for Anna Mock. And Lander will just hold on to the basketball. We have reached the halfway point here in the first game of the day. Lander has led throughout after 2. It's Lander Valley 26, Buffalo 19. The Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show presented by the Wyoming Department of Transportation. On the way in just a couple of minutes, we'll run down first half stats and set you up with the second half of basketball action. Plus, we'll take a look at some of the other 3A, 4A games to keep an eye on today. Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show coming up. It's Lander 26, Buffalo 19 here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming online on County 10's YouTube channel.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Watch the Tigers and Lady Tigers varsity games all season on County 10's YouTube channel.
Welcome you back in here to Sweet Erickson Thunderbird Gym. Casper College, Lander ladies in charge here at halftime, leading Buffalo 26-19. Our halftime guest is Lander boys basketball coach Stu Mullins. Stu, thanks so much for taking a couple of minutes here. First of all, I know a disappointing finish for your guys at regionals, but a lot of wins this season, some ups and downs, some roller coasters. Now that you've had a chance to look back at your season, just kind of your overall thoughts.
Yeah, it was kind of a wild season, as you said. You know, we honestly did not play with our entire team until the last game of the regular season. You know, Peyton was out early, over Christmas. Finn goes out, Quincy gets hurt at the end of the season. Gavin was banged up towards the end of the season, so it's just, we never could get completely in the rhythm that we wanted to, and guys playing all together. And, I don't know if that has any effect. At the end of the season, we still won 6 straight going into regionals and felt really good. And honestly, we were up 24-10 and to start that game against Mountain View, and I thought, all right, here we are now, and we're ready to go. And basketball happens, and I was proud of our kids for sticking in there, but to go triple overtime that first night, it feels like you're chasing that entire weekend, and just didn't have enough to get over the top.
How taxing is that for a coach throughout the course of the season? You think you've got the personnel in place, and then you got winter sickness, you get injuries, you get thrown things. How tough is it to kind of move the chess pieces around?
We had enough depth this year that I felt like that was not a huge hindrance, but when you have the type of players that we had hurt, not at full strength, that definitely limits your ability to totally max out your potential. And and I was super proud of the guys that stepped up there and did what they needed to do. We just never were at full strength, even to the end. So
Lander boys basketball coach Stu Mullins joining us here at halftime. You mentioned that first game goes to triple overtime. Was there fatigue later on in regionals?
Well, it was interesting to see how they were going to come back against Pinedale. We go down 23-7 the first quarter, and I couldn't tell you how it was going to come out, but credit us, for clawing back into the game and doing what they needed to do to win that game. And honestly, that the Powell game really wasn't out of reach until about 3 minutes left. We cut that thing to 3, but those are just a lot of mountains to climb, and against a team that's as big, strong, and physical as Powell, you just don't have any room for error. And it is what it was.
I know we look at games and want to know about what's going on the court. You spend a ton of time with these kids. Once the season comes to an end, it's got to be maybe a sigh of relief because your day-to-day might get a little bit easier, but it's got to also be kind of disappointing to say goodbye to a lot of them. What was this group like overall away from basketball?
Just unbelievable kids. One of the better groups as far as that goes, and we've had some really good ones. And they liked showing up to practice. They liked each other, and they were enjoyable to be around. And you can't ask for much more as a basketball coach when, like you said, you're spending. It's not just the 3.5 months during the season. It's here in a month we'll get going again, and it seems like it's something all the way until basketball season. So if you don't have that with your team, it can be a nightmare, and we're lucky to have, really good kids.
I know it's hard to predict, but the future of this program, the next year or two, what do you think it looks like?
Yeah, I think the future is bright. We've got basically, we probably have kids that started significant games back for us, at least 4 or 5 of them. Our JV went 23-1, our freshman went 24-1, our 8th grade was undefeated until the last weekend of the season, and that's been intentional. We've kind of got it to a point where we've built it from the bottom up, and we're starting to see the fruits of that pay off for us a little bit, but at the end of the day, you got to go win 2 games at regionals, and so we got to figure out that moving forward. And I think we got a good plan, but at some point, we've got to get us over the top here.
As a school, it feels like the culture, you really rally around the other sports. There's a lot of championships. We know about the swim program, but there's been a lot of championships in different sports. How important is it for you to be here to support the girls and for your guys to kind of rally around the school as a whole?
No, I'm so proud of Coach Powell. I mean, he was my assistant for 3 years. Hired him on at Lander, and he's doing a heck of a job. I knew he would. They're playing really, really well, and they played really, really well yesterday too. And he's got a super young program as well, and it's going to be fun to watch them grow. But yeah, you're right. Lander is lucky to really have a community that supports their programs and kids that are interested in participating, and that's why they're successful. You got really good coaches, really good administration, so we're pretty fortunate here.
Any other games you're looking forward to today? What are you watching for in 3A?
I thought Lovell and Douglas would be a little bit more interesting last night, but it'll be interesting to see if anybody can touch Lovell. I'm banking that nobody can, but Cody might have something to say about that, and it'll be interesting to see that game. I think Cody and Torrington, and there's some good games in the 4A too. The 4A girls, 4A boys all went to the East. It just tells you how good the basketball is on this side of the state. So no, it's always a fun time of year, even if you're not in it. Just to watch the kids and coaches compete and get geared up for next year.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you coming up all season long. I know Scott certainly appreciates it. He covered most of your games and had a blast doing it, so I'll speak for him and thank you for him and for me. But always great to chat with you, and can't wait already for next season. Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Well, we appreciate the coverage. We appreciate all of our sponsors. We appreciate you, Jared and Scott. I grew up in Idaho, and all of my family and friends get to tune in very easily, and they love it, and so we really appreciate it.
Awesome. Stu Mullins, Lander Boys basketball coach, congratulations on a good season. Thank you for being here. Thanks for coming up, Coach. Appreciate it. As we are concluding the Wyoming Department of Transportation Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Again, Lander on top of Buffalo 26-19. Quickly, individual numbers here, as we don't have a ton of time to bring you statistics. Buffalo led by Camry Davis with 7, 4 points for Anna Mock, 3 for Aubrey Irish, 3 for Carly Davis, 1 point apiece for Grace Finkel and McKenna Fowler. Lander is led by Brianna Lincoln with 7. Dagan Reinhardt has 5. 4 points for Addie Rounds, 3 points for Paisley Hollingshead, 3 for Hayden Goggles.
Got 2 points for Daisy Goklish. Thanks again to YDOT making our halftime coverage possible. In that conversation with Stu Mullins, YDOT reminds you seatbelts save lives. Buckle up every trip, every time. Seatbelts save lives. We flip the scoreboard to quarter number 3, and it'll be Buffalo basketball down by 7 here to start the second half. Lander out rebounding Buffalo by 3. There was one lead change, largest lead for Lander, 11 points in the first half. Looks like same starters out there, both sides, if I'm not mistaken, and Hayden Goggles going to get a steal right away. Long baseball pass intercepted by Aubrey Irish. Coach Powell angrily slaps his hands together at the decision, and Buffalo back setting up their offense. Lander will open again in a 2-3 zone. Saw that the entire way in the first half. Shot from Fowler off right side is no good. Well short, contested, and Dagan Reinhardt as the Lander rebound. I'll try to work in those first half stats here as the third quarter action goes on. Got 4 rebounds for Carly Davis. Addie Rounds has 5 rebounds. Those 2 offensive rebounds back-to-back, but kind of quietly on some of them. Daisy Goklish with 5 Lander rebounds. Buffalo back in transition after a Lander missed shot. 3 from Davis is no good. Long loose ball gathered in by McFadden, and here comes Lander back in transition. Goggles wide open at the top. She tries a 3. That's no good. Ball didn't really rotate on her. Just a flat shot. Reinhardt rebound. Put back up and in. Dagan scores. She got 5 all in the first quarter. And now she'll open the third quarter scoring. Knocked away off of Goggles right at midcourt. Out of bounds to the Bison. It's Kendall McFadden, Zoe Mulholland, Hayden Goggles, Daisy Goklish, and now Brianna Lincoln on the floor for Lander. Brianna just checking in. Thanks to Coach Mullins joining us at halftime. Great to catch up. Chat Lander boys basketball. Shot no good from Fowler. Lander back in transition. Goklish streaking down the lane. Lost it off of her hip, though, out of bounds. And it is Buffalo basketball. Lander boys, obviously, through the season had some ups and downs, but put together a really good streak late, especially through February. Like Coach Mullins said, had a lot of injuries that they dealt with, but battled through that adversity pretty well, just coming up short at regionals. Along 2 from the right side, Camry Davis is good. Camry leading Buffalo with 9 points. It's 28-21. Tigers by a touchdown in the third quarter. 4:50 remaining here in the third set. Left side outside, McFadden on the dribble. She'll cross over, lose the handle. Goggles is able to pick it up. Lincoln holds at the top. Now she's going to take it on the dribble. Splits the defender. Scoop up a shot. No good. Reinhardt, another rebound, is fouled on the way up. Dagan Reinhardt, sort of quietly at times, may be Lander's MVP to this point in this game. Brianna Lincoln had 7 off the bench. She had a good flurry of points. And there's been 7 different Lander contributors in the scorebooks here. First free throw, no good, front rimmed. Yes, 7 different Lander players have scored. But right now, Reinhardt and Lincoln both with 7. Say hello to Joanne watching in Phoenix, cheering on the Tigers. Thank you for being here on our County 10 YouTube stream. And again, apologies that we can't show you video, but we do have the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard up there, so you can follow along what the score is. Instead of yelling at the radio for me to say the score, Aubrey Irish is going to try a 3. That's no good. Foul underneath. Hayden Goggles upset, and that's going to go on number 14. Hayden picking up her first personal, Lander's first team foul here of the third quarter. By the way, if you're yelling at me, it's Lander 28, Buffalo 21. 5:07 to go, third quarter. Irish left side outside, sends it to Davis. Carly, crossover at the top, worked on defensively by Lincoln. Down the lane, runs into a double team and is fouled. That is on Daisy Goklish. And Goklish picks up her second, which she didn't want. But the other candidate there was Dagan Reinhardt, who didn't want to pick up her third either, and I think took a sigh of relief when she saw that was on Goklish, because she had her jaw wide open for a second, like, I didn't foul her, and she didn't. It was her teammate. Both free throws no good, in and out. Loose ball volleyball match, knocked out of bounds. Official down low took a long time to maybe replay it in his mind, looked for the official up top, and they both kind of stared at each other vacantly, and they say it's Lander basketball. Coach Patterson brushes that decision off, puts her hand in the air, and says, whatever. Knocked out of bounds, Alpha Buffalo. I don't know if that's actually what she says, but that's what it looked like she said. Goklish will use a screen at the top. Daisy passed a defender right down the lane. Contact, got it, and she's fouled. Daisy Goklish with a strong drive. Puts Lander up by 9 and an opportunity to make it a 10-point game again. Goklish toes the mark, spins the basketball, lets it fly, and it's nothing but net for Daisy. 31-21, Tigers over Bison. There was one early first quarter lead change. In fact, that was the first points of the game. Irish from the right side, 2 got it. Aubrey Irish with her first 2-pointer. She's got 5 now, and it's back to a single-digit game at 8. Lincoln in the left corner. She lets it fly. That's no good. Shot comes up short, and Irish has the rebound. It was Buffalo 1-0 to start the game, and then Dagan Reinhardt had a 3-point play to take the lead. That was the only lead change of the game thus far. Lander would like to keep it that way. Here's a 3 in the corner for Davis. Good. Carly Davis with her first 3-pointer. And it is a bad sign if you're a Lander fan if Carly Davis starts heating up. She averages 18.7. She was held to just 3 points at halftime. That 3 in there. Here's McFadden off a screen. Can't get the layup to go. Left it short. Rebound tracked down by Irish. Camry. Skip pass to Carly. The Davis sisters have been the two-headed monster for Buffalo that have provided Bison fans a lot of fun. Kicked basketball off of McFadden. It'll stay Bison possession. 3:17 to go, third quarter. It's Lander 31, Buffalo 26 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. And Jared Anderson with you here. Should Lander win, they play tomorrow at 9 a.m. And that'll be a game that your usual voice of the Tigers, Scott Fuller, will bring you. Underneath Finkel, squaring up, turn around, 2, good, and all of a sudden it is a 3-point game. 7-0 run for the Bison. It was 31-21 just a bit ago. It's 31-28 now. At the line, Goklish falling down, getting held by Fowler. The officials look at each other, and the near side official said Coach Powell called a timeout. There was almost a foul call, but Coach Powell, with his player falling down, calls a timeout. 2:47 to go, third quarter. It's Lander 31, Buffalo 28. Bison currently on a 7-0 run. Lander basketball here out of the timeout. Timeout on the floor gives us a chance to say thank you again to Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton, your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. All the fun stuff's at Porter's. They've got great customer service, and they're proud to cheer on County 10 athletes. And thank you to Myers Gambles in Lander. Excited to cheer on the Tigers all season long. That includes spring sports starting soon. Myers Gambles has winning deal deliveries free within 30 miles of the store. Turnaround shop in town. That free delivery includes you if you're in Riverton, Hudson, Fort Washakie, Arapahoe, St. Stephen's, a lot of places around the county. Earn free delivery from the good folks at Myers Gambles. Big supporters of County 10, KOVE Radio, and, of course, Lander Valley High School Sports. Thanks to Head coach Drew Powell and senior Kendall McFadden, who joined us on the Porter's Tailgate Show. Thanks to Lander boys coach Stu Mullins here to cheer on the girls for joining us at halftime. Good dish. Goggles to Mulholland, up and in. Hayden Goggles has distributed the basketball really well, and that was a much-needed Lander bucket to break their scoreless streak here for the last couple of minutes. And into the 7-0 Buffalo run. Bison are going to get free throws, though. Davis went down the lane, got tripped up hard by, I think, Addie Rounds it was. First free throw on Addie, or first foul on Addie, I should say. And free throws coming now for Carly. Davis 1 of 2 at the line this morning. First one, no good, off the mark. Carly, just a junior, so she's going to be back. Her sister Camry is a senior. But Carly Davis leads the team in points this season. Second one bounces all over the rim and drops in there. 4-point game. Still being held way off of her mark by this Lander defense. And a foul way up top on Aubrey Irish. Grabs and fouls Kendall McFadden. 2:18 remaining third quarter. Lander leading Buffalo 33-29. We'll see Gabby Hall return for the Bison. And Irish picking up foul number 3, going to come out of the game. Goggles looking in her front court, sends it up top to Mulholland. Zoe wanted to get it to Goggles, and it's out of bounds off of Lander. It was tipped by Davis and then bounces off of Goggles' hand last. Happened fast, but Davis really made that play happen, and will get the basketball back for the Buffalo Bison. Hollingshead going to come to the check-in table. Lob to Fowler at the line. Underneath Finkel posting up. Got it to go for 2. Grace Finkel's got 5, and it is a 2-point game. Inside of 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Good quarter here by Buffalo. Lander led at halftime by 7, 26-19. And they're getting outscored here in the third quarter so far by 5. That's going to help, though. Corner 3, Brianna Lincoln. Lincoln in double digits with 10. That's her second, third-pointer of the game. Lander digging into that 2-3 zone we've seen all game. Camry to Carly. She lets a 3 go. No good. Nearly wedged in there, but Fowler's got the offensive rebound. Right back out to Carly Davis. Swings it right side to Camry Davis, who gives it right back to Carly. They play catch down the lane. Off balance shot, no good. Follow from Finkel is no good. Fight for it on the baseline. Addie Rounds rips it away. Addie had 5 first half rebounds. That wasn't a rebound, but a loose ball pickup. Just as good, just no stat really for that. And a turnover on Lander as a loose ball pass ends up dribbling out of bounds on the sideline, and nearly the length of the floor to go for Buffalo. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Lander clinging to a 36-31 advantage. Buffalo starting to come alive both ends of the floor really here in the third quarter. Underneath Finkel, turnaround, can't get it, but she's slapped across the arm, and Grace has a pair of shots on the way. 2 free throws coming up. Addie Rounds picks up personal foul number 2. And the Buffalo senior shoots the first one, no good, too strong. I want to thank Bailey Tire and Auto Service. Proud to cheer on our local athletes. They've got full-service tire and auto shops at 1305 West Main in Lander, 755 South Federal in Riverton. Second free throw from Finkel is good. Closing in on 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Brianna Lincoln with a slow walk up the floor. D'd up by Hall the entire way. Now she's going to attack her. Kick out right side to Rounds. Addie's got 6. Mid-range 2 is good. 15 seconds. Davis, left side behind the arc, picks up the dribble. Addie Rounds on her defensively. Carly Davis, Hall, now to Camry Davis, gets free off a screen. 3 is good for Camry. She's got a dozen, and it's back to a single possession game as we head to the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. It should be an interesting fourth quarter here with Lander leading 38-35. Your home for Tiger Sports is KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming audio coverage on the County 10 YouTube channel.
To Bailey Tire Pros, your local tire and auto repair specialists in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local. Choose Bailey Tire Pros, where your satisfaction hits the road.
The Tigers play here. KOVE Radio.
Jared Anderson with you at the Swede Thunderbird Gym, Casper College, on kind of a gloomy Casper morning. Some precipitation, told snowflakes starting to develop. Was rainy this morning, some snow in Fremont County. Good one going on here in the first girls consolation game of the day. It's Lander 38, Buffalo 35. Lander basketball first, and actually Buffalo basketball first, I should say, and a Lander foul is getting tripped there was Davis. Well, they were going to give it to Buffalo. Now they'll give it to Lander. So Buffalo foul. I beg your pardon through all of that confusion. And Grace Finkel picks up the foul instead. Here's another Buffalo foul. Little touch foul on McKenna Fowler. We played 19 seconds of fourth quarter basketball. Buffalo's got 2 team fouls. It'll be Lander basketball under into the left of their own hoop. Hayden Goggles to send it in. This Lander girls team is poised to be very good next year. They're going to miss Zoe Mulholland and Kendall McFadden, but they return a lot of talent. Pass to nobody. Goggles. Thought a teammate was going to cut down low. Nobody home. It's going to go back to Buffalo. Can't afford a ton of unforced errors here in the fourth quarter in a tight ball game, and you just got the sense that Buffalo's starting to feel some momentum there in the third quarter, outscoring Lander by 4 ultimately that quarter. Full court pressure on by the Tigers. Nearly a takeaway by Goggles, but then she trips up Davis and is going to get whistled for her second personal foul. Team foul number 1 on Lander. We've had 3 combined fouls and just 35 seconds of fourth quarter action. Hall at the top, pick up the dribble. Lincoln on her defensively. Lander again opens the quarter into 2-3. Haven't seen anything else from them. Reinhardt with a block on a pass and then takes the basketball away. Just stole it out of the air. Good dish from McFadden underneath to Goggles. Her 2 is no good. Loose ball, bodies on the floor, and Anna Mock scoops it up for the Bison. No score first minute of the fourth quarter. Davis through the lane. That's no good. Camry Davis offensive rebound. That's no good in the paint, and McFadden's got it. We're still looking for the first points of the quarter. Ultimately, Lander is up by 3, 38-35. McFadden, some space at the top. 3, no good. And it's taken away by Buffalo. 2 on 3. They tried to push, and McFadden take it away for Lander. Kindle will get it ahead to Lincoln. Brianna gonna set her feet. Try a quick 3. That's no good. This is just kind of backyard basketball here to start the fourth quarter. Not a lot of set offenses. Foul on the rebound is going to be tacked on to Daisy Goklish's total. That'll be team foul number 2 on Lander and the 3rd personal on Daisy. Addie Rounds trying to check in for Lander. They're not going to let her. Now the official going to stop play and let her come in anyhow. Hayden Goggles will get a breather. This is kind of the point where you head down the stretch where you start to see some of those key players take a few seconds worth of a rest and gear up for playing out the stretch. We'll see if that happens. Davis, top of the key, long two. That's no good. Skims up to the left. We played almost 2 minutes of fourth quarter basketball. No points either side. Here's Rounds to the rim. Can't get it to go, but she's fouled. And Addie Rounds will try to score the quarter's first points at the free throw line. Rounds with 3 field goals, has 6 points on the day. First one for Addie is good. That was her first attempt. Second one for Rounds. Front of the rim, no good, but it comes all the way back out to Rounds. Nobody blocked out the shooter. That's why that's important, kids. I don't know who I'm talking to, but if you're a young basketball player. Loose ball knocked away by Fowler. Jump ball arrow says Buffalo. They get it back. 39-35 Lander. Aubrey Irish checks back into the Bison lineup. Another well-balanced scoring night for Lander. Brianna Lincoln's got 10, 7 for Dagan Reinhardt, 10 for Addie Rounds, 5 for Daisy Goklish, 4 for Zoe Mulholland, and a couple players with 3 and 2. Anna Mock breaks out of the pack. Left-hand layup is good. Not sure how they got behind the Lander zone defense, but they did quickly, and it's a 2-point game again. 5:40 remaining in the fourth, 39-37. Reinhardt, right side, lost the handle. Now it's on the floor. Loose ball scooped up by Goklish. Daisy in the lane. Can't get it, but she's fouled. Goklish goes quickly from picking that basketball up off the floor after it changes hands. Kind of a handball match there for a second, and then Goklish scoops it up off the floor quickly in the paint, puts it up, and is fouled on her way up. So Daisy's got 2 charity stripe shots. That, by the way, Anna Mock's 4th personal foul, and the 4th team foul already on Buffalo. This could be a long quarter. Just after 10 o'clock, KOVE Lander. Jared Anderson with you here, part of the County 10 broadcast crew. Goklish, second free throw, lets it go. That one's in and out, no good. Finkel is there to track it down for the Bison. Hayden Goggles back out there, tripped up at midcourt, slides across the deck. 3 on the way. That's no good. Tie up on the rebound. Reinhardt gets corralled with Fowler. And held ball on the arrow. It's Bison basketball. 5:15 to go, fourth quarter. Lander clinging to that 2-point lead. Buffalo's only lead in this game was at 1-0. But an opportunity to tie or take the lead here. Nearly 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Fowler hands back to Finkel. Finkel trying to tie for 2. She does. A brand new ball game. 39-39 as we are all knotted up here with 5 to go. Addie Rounds top of the key. She's got Fowler on her defensively. Dribbles just inside of the 3-point line. Hands back to Goklish. Buffalo fans making some noise. They are alive here in the building with a tie game. Lander led by 7 at the half. Kick it out to McFadden. Kindle runs to the left side elbow. Lander continues to weave. Good ball movement, good spacing, but can they turn it into points? Davis almost a steal in the corner. Now she's going to get it, save it to Finkel, and then Finkel's pushed in backcourt by Reinhardt. Buffalo fans are on their feet for their Bison. And Dagan Reinhardt has just committed her 4th foul. She's going to have to check out for a moment at least with 4:27 to go. Brianna Lincoln coming in for Lander. No, that's Casper College's. Just the black one's mine, yep. Next broadcast crew setting up. We'll have a 10-second violation in backcourt. And how about Brianna Lincoln right there? Brianna applying a whole lot of defense. Nowhere to go with the basketball for Buffalo. And it'll be Lander ball out of bounds We are tied up 39-39 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. 4:13 remaining in regulation. Goggles past a defender under the rim. Scoop it to Goklish. High arcing 2 from the top is no good. Rounds another rebound. She'll lose it going up, but Lincoln is there to keep it alive for Lander. Lincoln to Goggles. Goggles going to head down the lane. Now backing in on her defender. Gets past her left hand. Hook shot is good. What a move from Hayden Goggles, who I had to double check there. It's hard to believe she's got 4 points and that's it. She's done a lot all over the floor. Hayden's second bucket of the game. 3:50 remaining in the contest. It's Lander 41, Buffalo 39. Bison had that 7-0 run in the third quarter that made this a very interesting ball game and tied it up at 39. Still have not taken their second lead of the game, but we were tied for the first time at 39s. Addie Rounds has done a tremendous job on the glass, especially on the offensive side of getting some rebounds. Bison basketball, length of the floor to go. Lander is going to apply full court pressure. It's a 2-2-1 down the floor for Lander. Trying to trap the entire way. Davis going to break it across the timeline cleanly and get it up ahead to Irish. Now Fowler left alone for 3 in the lead. No good. Well too strong. Goklish is there for a long rebound. Daisy trying to push the tempo. Send it to McFadden. Left corner 3. No. Shorts. Loose ball picked up by Irish. Buffalo out of the pack with it. 3:25 remaining. Bison down by 2 with the possession. Dribble drive from Davis down the lane. Scoop it up. Swatted out of bounds off a Lander hand last. And it stays Bison possession. Timeout asked for by Coach Patterson and the Buffalo ladies. 3:19 to go, fourth quarter. It's Lander 41, Buffalo 39. 30-second timeout allows us to thank all of our premier sponsors once again, making Lander basketball coverage possible all year. They include Wyoming Catholic College, Perfect Power Electric, Wydots, Fremont Chevy GMC, Porter's Mountain View Supply, Myers Gambles, and Bailey Tire and Auto Service. Winner gets one more game tomorrow at 9 a.m. Consolation Championship against either Wheatland or Powell. That game coming up next from Casper College. 3A semifinals start tonight at 4. Torrington versus Cody, Pinedale versus Douglas on the ladies' side. But a good one to start the day here as we go down to the wire with 3:19 to go. Bison basketball, Lander in their 2-3 zone. Inbound comes to Davis, left side to Irish, underneath Finkel, turnaround, tough off balance, 2 is no good. Goggles rip away the Lander rebound, but then it's stolen away by Buffalo. Here's Fowler, right back at it underneath to Davis. Davis, triple team down low, trying to create a little bit of space and travels with the basketball. Good collapsing defense by Lander. That's one of those where if you're a Lander fan or Coach Powell, you hold your breath because it looks like Lander is a second away from committing a foul against a very talented Carly Davis. Size mismatch, and instead she pivots around trying to create a little bit of space and just travels with it. Goklish holds at the top on the dribble now. Goklish picks it up, hands back to McFadden. Kendall surveys the floor, send it right side behind the arc to Goggles. Hayden down the lane is grabbed and fouled from behind, and that is foul number 5 on Buffalo. Both teams will be in the bonus here for the last 2:34. Hayden Goggles, Lander's free throw shooter who shot the most throughout the season. What am I trying to say? She's the number 1 free throw shooter on the team, percentage-wise and in shots attempted. Hayden's first is good. That's her first free throw of the day, and she puts Lander up by 3 with that one. Goggles toes the mark. Couple of dribbles, lets it go, and it's good. Hayden with 4 points this quarter. And it's a 4-point Lander advantage with 4:30 remaining on that Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Irish breaks it across the 10-second stripe for Buffalo. Now picks up the dribble way at the top. Goklish on her defensively, but she'll find Camry Davis, who comes over to help. Lander playing aggressive way at the top. Defense really stretched out. They'll go left side to Fowler. And now Irish, right side behind the arc. Lander fans chant his defense as we close in on 2 minutes remaining. Irish holds it above her head, put it on the floor 2 times, goes right side to Davis. As McFadden on her defensively, Mock hoists a tough shot that hangs on the rim, no, but is fouled. And Anna Mock is going to shoot 2 times on the Brianna Lincoln foul. Her second, team foul number 5, was in the act of shooting anyhow, so 2 free throws for Anna Mock. First one rattles out, no good. Anna now 2 of 3 at the charity stripe today. Anna gets the basketball back, spins it, lets it go. Second one will drop in there, hits the rim a couple of times and falls. Anna's got 7 points, and we're back to a 1-possession game. 3-point Lander lead, 1:50 remaining in the fourth. Lincoln holds at the top, nearly lost the handle, almost taken away by Davis, and she is fouled instead. Davis tipped it, got it a little bit loose, and then picked up the pressure and picks up the personal foul, resulting in free throws for Daisy Goklish. Actually, it was Lincoln with the basketball, so that may have been away from the play as Goklish can't hit the first one off to the left side. Daisy with 5 points. She is now 1 of 3 at the free throw line this morning. And the second one for Goklish, front rim, no good. It stays at a 3-point game. Mock lose the handle in backcourt, taken away by Goklish. Bounce pass intended for Lincoln is stolen by Davis. Turnovers on both sides. Both teams giving it their all here down the stretch. Want to play one more day of basketball, contend for a consolation championship. Davis slices down the lane. She's got it and one. Camry Davis with the drive of the game for Buffalo here with 1:24 remaining and an opportunity to tie it up a second time. Game's leading scorer lets it go, and it creeps over the front of the rim. A brand new game again with just 1:20 remaining. Anna Mock knocks it out of bounds at midcourt. Lander basketball. 43-43. Both teams still have an arsenal full of timeouts, and Coach Powell gonna burn one of his right now. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining, full timeout. It's 43-43. We'll grab a quick 60-second break with him back in a minute on KOVE and County10.com.
Kane and Associates CPAs, we serve clients across Fremont County and beyond with top-tier accounting services. From individual taxes to business consulting, our creative and precise team offers tax management, estate planning, and more. You'll find us engaged and meticulous to ensure each client gets personalized guidance. Visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more about our services and how we can help you achieve financial success.
The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine Athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi, or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
Got a great finale on tap here from Swede Erickson Thunderbird Gym at Casper College. Lander and Buffalo tied up at 43 apiece. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Lander basketball at midcourt. Inbound comes to Hayden Goggles. Goggles, McFadden, Goklish, Lincoln, and McFadden, Rounds on the floor. Missed Daddy Rounds there. Lander holds at the top, deflating the possession a little bit. Clock moving closer to 1 minute. Here comes Goklish down the lane. Some space left side. No, but she draws the foul with 59 seconds to go. Daisy Goklish to shoot 2 times. And that personal foul goes on Anna Mock. That is her 5th. And Anna doing a nice job off of the bench for Buffalo. She finishes with 7 points tonight. And some critical free throws down the stretch for Anna Mock, too. Goes 3 of 4 late. Goklish to the line to try to break the tie. First one, no good. Bounces off to the left side. Dagan Reinhardt going to check back in for Lander with the 4 personal fouls. She's been on the bench for the last 3 minutes of game time or so. She's coming in for the shooter, she says. So if Daisy hits it, she'll come in. Goklish, second one, too strong, no good. Rebound and a Lander foul as Goggles gets tied up with, is that Finkel? It is. Hayden Goggles is going to pick up personal foul number 4. So something else to keep an eye on. Goggles with 4. Reinhardt going to come back in here after the free throw with 4. And Grace Finkel to the line to try to give Buffalo their first lead since 1-0. Lets it go, and that will drop for Grace. Bison have a 1-point advantage with 56 seconds remaining. Reinhardt checks in. Finkel looking for her 10th point on the morning. Lets it go. And that is in. Buffalo 45, Lander 43. And Coach Patterson wants a Buffalo timeout. Lots of time for a whole lot to happen, but obviously a big possession here for Lander with 56 seconds remaining. Now down by 2. Lander led 11-6 after 1. It was 26-19 Tigers at halftime. Lander had built a 11-point lead a couple of times in the first half. We started this quarter with Lander leading by 3, 38-35. It has been a steady comeback here for Buffalo. They've scrapped and clawed their way back into this one, and now both teams gathered around their head coaches, looking for some words of encouragement down the stretch, and a lot of situational stuff going to be happening. Watch for some situational subs, and of course the side stories are the foul trouble of a lot of players. Anna Mock is fouled out for the Bison. Lander has got 2 out there with 4 fouls, 2 key players too in Hayden Goggles and Dagan Reinhardt. LVHS basketball down by 2. Length of the floor to go. 56 seconds remaining from Casper College. Neither team wants to see their season come to an end. Both giving it their all down the stretch here. Some fun games all day from Casper College on tap, and sometimes these consolation games really deceivingly fun with kids that want one more day of basketball. Goggles, left side, outside, up top to Lincoln. Clock at 40 now. Lincoln on the move, down the lane. Underneath to McFadden. Kindle, 2 in the paint. That's no good. Rebounded out by Carly Davis. She's grabbed and fouled with 30 seconds left, and the Buffalo fans are on their feet. Carly Davis will make the slow walk down the floor to shoot 2 times. Davis has shot more free throws than anybody on Buffalo this year, and she is a 77% shooter. First one will roll over the front of the rim and go, and now she's got a chance to make this a 2-possession game. Daisy Goklish comes to the check-in stand for Lander. Second free throw, same thing. Rolls over the front of the rim. Carly's got 8. 9. And it's Lander basketball down by 4. 30 seconds remaining. Tigers need a bucket this possession here as Goggles quickly across the timeline. Uses screen. Goggles trying to create some space. Dribbles to the baseline underneath to Lincoln. Now Goklish open 3-corner. No. And the rebound by Finkel is thrown to Goklish, who then has it slapped out of her hands by Fowler. Loose ball, Goklish. And Drew Powell wants a timeout with just 10 seconds remaining. That loose ball took 10 to 15 seconds, ate up a lot of time as we just battled for the basketball. And Lander now 2-possession game with only 10 seconds to work with. And they're going to start this in backcourt. About 3/4 court to go for Lander. And for a second day in a row at the state tournament, the second half has just kind of unraveled after a really good effort in the first half for this Lander girls basketball team. But you got to give a lot of credit to first Torrington yesterday for their big comeback in the second half, and then Buffalo scrapping and clawing their way back into this here and trying to play one more day. The winner moves on to a 9 a.m. consolation championship tomorrow against either Wheatland or Powell. That is the game next in this gym. We'll see if Lander has the opportunity to pull off a, at this point, you'd maybe throw out the word miraculous. We're bordering on that territory. 2-possession game, just 10 seconds to go. Lander basketball in backcourt. Dagan Reinhardt, Brianna Lincoln, Hayden Goggles, Kendall McFadden, and Daisy Goklish, the Lander 5. It'll be Lincoln to trigger it in. Gotta go quick, obviously. How about a 3 and a foul if you're a Lander fan? Get it to Goggles. Goggles will cross the time stripe with 7. Goggles on the dribble drive. Got to shoot quick. Lincoln will hoist a tough one. That's no good, and Lander's season is going to come to an end. Rebounded out by Buffalo, and the Bison celebrate. Buffalo 47, Lander 43 as we go final. For the final time in the Lander basketball season, LVHS led for the vast majority of this game. Mentioned it was 1-0 Buffalo. The second lead change happens with under 3 minutes remaining, and a long, emotional huddle and chat with Coach Powell. There's some tears on the Lander players' faces. Zoe Mulholland and Kendall McFadden see their basketball careers come to a conclusion for Lander Valley High School. We'll get into a quick Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Going to try to create some space here for some of the other broadcasters, but it is Bison by 4 to end the season for Lander, 47-43. Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show coming up here on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and County 10's YouTube channel.
To Bailey Tire Pros, your local tire and auto repair specialists in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local. Choose Bailey Tire Pros, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Watch the Tigers and Lady Tigers varsity games all season on County 10's YouTube channel.
Welcome you into the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Bailey is your local tire pros. Last time of the season for the Lander ladies, Lander basketball as a whole coming to an end. Unfortunately, the boys' season came to a conclusion last week at regionals, and the Lady Tigers see their season come to an end here. They lose to Buffalo 47-43, an impressive comeback from the Bison. A fun game to watch, fun, scrappy play down to the end. That's exactly what you want in a 9 a.m. consolation game, with both teams giving it their all. Down to the end, it was sloppy at times. There were loose balls, some scrapping and clawing, but ultimately it was Buffalo prevailing on the scoreboard, 47-43. We're going to take a real quick look at some final stats, and then we're going to get out of here so our friends with the Wheatland broadcast crew can move in and do the next game. Let's see here. Buffalo led in scoring by Carly Davis. She finishes with 7. 5 points for Camry Davis, 5 for Aubrey Irish, 5 points for Anna Mock before she fouled out. 4 points. I don't think that these numbers are correct. In fact, they are not. I'm going to grab a different stat sheet here. I got printed one that I know for sure is not correct, so I'm going to apologize for that. It's embarrassing that took me 5 different players to go through to realize that was the first half stat sheet. Let's see, final scoring numbers for the whole game for Buffalo. Camry Davis finishes with 15. There we go. Grace Finkel has 10. 9 points for Carly Davis. 7 for Anna Mock before she fouls out. 5 points for Aubrey Irish. Buffalo for the game shooting 36% from the floor, 4 of 12 behind the arc, 13 of 21 at the free throw line. Lander was led in scoring by Brianna Lincoln, their only player in double digits. She concludes the morning with 10. 7 points apiece for Addie Rounds, Hayden Goggles, and Dagan Reinhardt. 5 points for Daisy Goklish. 4 for Zoe Maholland. Lander shot 33% from the floor, 2 of 20 from behind the arc. A lot of three-point misses there, and 7 of 18 from the free throw line. Lander out-rebounds Buffalo 36-34. Buffalo committed 4 more turnovers than Lander, but ultimately that big second half effort propels the Bison comeback. Was Lander in front at halftime, 26-19. Buffalo outscored Lander 16-12 in the third quarter, outscored them 12-5 in the fourth quarter. There were 2 ties and 2 lead changes. That second one, with about 3 minutes or so to go in the fourth quarter, would prove to be the difference. That is going to conclude the season. I want to thank all of our great sponsors who made Lander basketball coverage all season long possible, once again including Bailey Tire and Auto Service, Myers Gambles, Porter's Mountain View Supply, Wyoming Catholic College, Perfect Power Electric, YDOT, and Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton. Thanks to Scott Fuller for doing the vast majority of Lander games all season, doing a great job. And thanks to our amazing audience for hanging out with us, interacting throughout the season, and cheering on the Tigers and Lady Tigers and Fremont County basketball. It'll be a long off season as we await December's return to bring you more basketball. Of course, we'll have Lander Tiger football starting again in late August, which we will look forward to, and we're happy to cover the spring sports for you at county10.com. With that, Lander goes 0-2 at the state tournaments as they get the bus ride home today, and their season comes to a close. One more round of shout-outs. Thanks to Drew Powell, head coach, for coming up here all season long. Same goes for Stu Mullins, Lander boys coach, doing that all season long during his games, and Coach Mullins was kind enough to join us at halftime here. Coach Powell in the Porter's Tailgate Show, as well as Kendall McFadden joining us in the Porter's Tailgate Show. Not something we take for granted, is everybody giving us their time, so thanks to Lander's coaches and players for that. And we don't take for granted that you're watching along with us, so thanks for being part of our broadcast coverage. For Scott Fuller and the County 10 crew, I'm Jared Anderson. Once again, final score goes Buffalo 47, Lander 43. We're going to send you to the Rich Eisen Show here on KOVE in just a couple of minutes as we say farewell from Casper.